All right, here we go. We're live. I don't know if anybody's out there yet, but we got to check the comments. Oh, we got the comments up. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What's up, kids? We are live with the Euro Legions boys.
Yeah. Hey. In the house, in the room.
I got my man Nate over here. I got Noah over here. We got John, Mal, and Rich behind us, and we just got done. We got done eating.
Yeah.
And stuffing our faces, but we got done.
It was needed. Yeah. I would have eaten that bear at the end of that.
No, it was. They must just like not drink water for the entire morning.
No,
but
for sure.
So we're gonna take a look at some of the stuff that we got. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling about this whole thing, man?
Pretty good. Rich, what do you think? The bears?
The noble bears were a bit shit, but no, it was a good wave. It was a good wave.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know you love it. You know you love it.
Don't
give me that. I was talking to you afterward. You're like, oh, Minotaur.
Yeah, no.
I know. He had an ecstatic grin on his face the entire time.
Yeah, and we got an honorary member of the lounge / Euro Legions tonight. No,
that's right. Standing in.
Well,
Bill's coming sometime.
Oh, cool.
Bill's coming. Is Bill coming?
Yes.
Okay.
It's now the time to announce we were going to replace Rich with Noah because of Rich's poor taste in.
Well, also Noah's taste in giant, huge vans.
Very cool.
In trucks / trucks. I mean.
It's helpful.
That have they have more webcams than we have in the truck, just to go backwards. It's not that hard.
It's true.
Weirdly, John set that up.
You don't have cams in the back of your cars?
One to park.
Okay.
His rear view mirror is a camera.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's fancy. You can't see through the windows in the back.
No, exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. This is so. This has been Car Talk with the.
This has been Car Talk. Yeah. Okay. It seems no complaints about the sound, so I guess we're coming through.
All right. Good. Who we got in the chat here?
So you're the experts with the chat. So
Kevin Dufresne, what's up, Kevin? We miss you, man. Joe Gonsalves, miss you too, Jacob. What's going on? Fortress Madamus. What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us. We've got 10 people in the chat, so that's pretty cool for just a spontaneous thing.
Pretty good, yeah.
That we didn't announce anywhere.
Some people have the bell ticked.
That's right. Yeah. These are the 10 people that have clicked the bell like we tell them every week.
Exactly.
Where do you want to start? You want to take a look at some stuff? Or
can I check one thing first?
Yeah.
If anyone super chats, we're sharing it. Yeah. We're in the
my channel, Rich.
Oh, okay, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll buy you.
Yeah.
No, we should definitely.
You're on a lap. Going to be Deutschmarks or something?
Oh, we don't have those anymore. The euro is basically Deutschmark.
Oh, that's
nobody
right.
says that, but you know.
I don't know. Probably, or someone at least in GCon.
But so what did you think of the vibe of the day? I mean, first of all, maybe that's a good place to start.
Nate, go ahead. What did you think?
I think the vibe started last night when we, kind of everyone was rolling in, and hear about the proverbial lobby party. And,
oh yeah.
I was just saying earlier, we were talking at dinner, and for those of us who were able to come 2 years ago, a lot of it was first time meeting, sort of that awkward, a little bit, kind of small talk. Hello. Last year, you're a little more familiar. It's like now you're seeing old friends, you're getting back together.
Yep.
Everyone does say the family reunion is so much like that, but
yep.
So that vibe started last night. Lots of laughs, lots of hugs, great meetups again. And it rolled right in today. And as they said, this was the largest live studio audience.
Totally, yeah.
And so the energy and the excitement in there were just blew the roof off. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of super chats, Rich, we have Kevin Dufresne who's with the 1999. Buy a few drinks on me. He says, "Thank you, Kevin. That's extremely kind."
Kevin. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Cloud Foxwell, who is downstairs.
Oh, really?
And she's like streaming from the room. She's like watching it. So Cloud has hit the bell clearly.
Well,
and
I'm not going to broadcast the room number to the entire.
No,
place,
we're not all coming up here, but yes, we're broadcasting from the room. The Euro Legions boys.
Yeah. This mightn't be the last time we do it this weekend. If it works out.
I hope not.
Yeah,
this is great.
Yeah.
We're not going to broadcast the room number, but it is 503. 503.
So put all your checks on 503. you want to go around and like, hey, there's
Housekeeping,
Bill,
housekeeping.
Bill
Oh,
here.
there we go.
We're live, Bill. We're
Yeah,
live,
yeah.
We got
We got everything,
microphones.
yeah.
So you and Bill, or you and Nate can share the mic. So you want to go around like, all right, Rich, and we'll start with you because you're like, what was your favorite? Your favorite was the Minotaur, right? Or no, was it?
No, of all the figures.
Yes,
No, it was the one that we showed actually, the Dissipator,
Oh, really?
the scorpion guy.
Dispatar,
Yeah, loved him.
That's pretty cool, man.
It's like a snake-like
Jeremy,
face, forearms,
Jeremy got it right on then.
Really?
curved swords all over the place. Just ticks every box for me.
Yeah, he really.
That sculpt, the face on that thing. is
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And they said it up there too, but one of the first thoughts that popped in my head was
Cosmic.
cats.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cosmic for sure. Yep.
Instant character. It's just-
How about you, Mel?
Me? Oh.
Mel. Sorry. We'll get to you.
For me, I think it's the bear, isn't it? It's just such a cool figure. And but if we're going with like, if we're going with
One.
I was going to say if we go with actual figures rather than like
Sitting on a fence, isn't that what it is? Like, are we gonna get?
Joe Gonsalves is with you there. He says, "How can you pick a favorite?" They're all great.
well, the female dwarf would be the actual, not human, but
The dwarves are cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So now you're gonna split them into animals and humans,
That's
so that
it,
you can
that's
pick
it.
two.
Did
you see human
see-
wise?
Did you see Anthony's little face?
Oh, I captured them and I put it on.
And Steve Buscemi was the same with that. Faces is amazing.
Well, Emil as well. What was it? The bear that his face? Was
Yeah.
on?
I think
And then
Emil's face
Michael
is just like
Casper
that with
was-
all of them. He's
Michael
just like,
Casper was just overwhelmed. It was like,
that was great. That was a
Yeah,
great
it
moment.
was amazing,
Like,
yeah.
That was really cool. So if you weren't there and you didn't watch the live, they revealed Scapular 2.0 and the Emir, if you read the story, who is Scapular in disguise, their name was revealed to be Emir Caspar, I think with 2 R's. So named after Michael Casper.
Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
very cool. His favorite character.
So now you're replaced in the story, Rich.
I know, but
Hello, it's Scapula.
surely I can't be replaced with that.
It's still Scapula.
Now when you read it like that, you're gonna read it like this.
all right, John, how about you?
Me. I
Yeah,
think
you.
Me? What me? I think the first reveal was
Little
my favorite, the
me.
Viking. He kind of
Really?
got forgotten about in the end.
So that named after Brad,
Yeah.
apparently, that we didn't know.
Now, I mean, obviously, Atlas
Broder.
ticks a lot of boxes
Broder.
in that regard with the barbarian stuff
Yep.
and the bear.
Yep.
But I think just as a figure that I want loads of and do loads with, and as a customizer, I just see loads of potential.
There's
in it.
some heads out there that I've seen from, I'm not gonna say from who because I want to pick one up, but it would go go extremely well with that body.
Yeah, and I also
just
see
give
it
a different
coming as
personality.
as a painter. If I want to sell heads, I mean, there's a load of great head sculpts out there.
Yep.
That I can paint up to match that body in 2 years' time,
My-
shall we say?
My problem with that first one, now that it's been revealed as being sort of a bit of a tribute to Brad, it's all like it's going to talk with a dodgy Arnie accent. That's what that character does. Get to the chopper. Haven't been invented yet.
So we're looking at this is what they started out with. So we
Yeah.
may as well take a look at this one first. This is Broder of Bjorngar. So Bjorngar, where the noble bears reside. I memorized that for the quiz. Hopefully that helps us out.
Oh, thanks for that.
Yeah, you might help us out
For
here.
free.
There you go. I probably learned it from your show, actually.
did.
Yeah, he's cool, man. I like him. Again, like when we get past the prototypes and stuff, it's a lot. My least favorites because of the way they behaved, and and then the way they look in the photo. So
Totally, yeah.
Tend to poison a little bit.
Yep.
favoritism, yeah.
Totally,
So
yeah.
Bill, what about you? What was your favorite out of the whole thing? Just one.
Scapular.
Scapular.
Scapular,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, so like he's always been a figure that I've wanted. Like that was the one figure. I say never look
Look
back.
at you.
That's one of the rare occasions where as soon as the opportunity showed itself, I got Scapular one.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm super pumped for that. It just looks so good, and it's practically two different characters in one. So
Yeah, and you're gonna have to get two of them to display them both at the same time. But
How did you feel getting this one to photo? Were you blown away? Did
He
you know
was-
about the story yet?
yeah, I got the bios ahead of time, and well, the story had come out before I got Scapular, yeah, because I kind of like forced them to give me all the noble bears first because that snow setup was a big hump,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to have to take that down. Yeah, I mean, by the time I got him, I had you guys. I think you guys had already done the story actually. By the time I got him,
Look at that. Look at the hands pack.
Yeah.
Hands pack.
there's actually it's kind of a mistake here. There's one missing. He's actually got spread hands in the
Ooh,
gloves as
wow.
well.
And that shield, that's kind of the pop out shield really for the Red Star, is it? You know,
Yeah.
that's the kind of.
Based on the original one,
Yeah.
but now round and sort of dome.
We didn't get the one for the Noble Bear, did we? I was expecting that to come with.
No, but there is a noble bear switch out for
Yeah.
the little. It's a small one, in
Yeah,
the
but
middle, which kind of befits them,
The one
I
with the
think.
arrows, the shield
Ye-
with the arrows, the
And in the
female.
weapons pack, the same
is
thing.
it?
They have the bear that you can swap out for
Okay,
the
I
little
missed that.
dome
Yeah.
button
Yeah,
middle
new
shield. Right?
round, the new round shield has the center
Yep.
circle.
Yeah.
Swappable. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and then there is one of the characters that comes with it. I think does.
Nieve or Nieve.
Yeah.
Nieve comes with the one with the arrows, but it also has the bear on it, and you could
Right.
swap it out. And then I think the only other one
Yeah.
is the weapons pack that comes with it as well.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but I think it kind of I was wondering that too because I was fully expecting like a scapular shield with the Sons of the Red Star logo on it, but I kind of like the idea that they're like I wouldn't think that the noble bears would have like a big gold or even iron shield. It's kind of like
it's not the god they worship, right? Like those
Yeah.
factions where the thing on the shield is
and they're all a little more opulent. These guys are scrappy, living in the mountains, and so I like it. I like the fact that they didn't do that because it feels a little less toyish.
Yeah.
As much as I would love all those factions to be something like that, but all right. So Nate, what was your favorite?
I'm with Bill too. I mean, the new scapular. He's just. I mean, the intricacies and so much of the sculpts, the faceplate that you get on, the weapons, the fact that you can take apart that weapon and store it on its back, like they were saying.
Yep.
Just amazing.
And the
I
shields.
actually kind of like the idea of when he's in the Amir getup, where he's in the red soft goods with the face mask on.
Yep.
I can almost see that being like a band of assassins, and they all kind of look like that.
Mhm.
You can see a couple of them, next to Scapular.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
For sure. Noah?
I guess as I'm kind of looking through these things, it's really hard to pick a favorite. I would say that probably my most anticipated, nobody said it yet, is that Nieve,
I love her, yeah.
that 1.0 female
Mm-hmm.
barbarian,
Oh.
that Viking look. Yeah, just I don't know. I really am kind of just through the roof with excitement on this. Like looking at those boots immediately, and I know they were on another character in the wave, but the boots
Yep.
immediately I'm thinking like He-Man custom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boots.
Yep.
And I'm already looking at parts that I have that could actually make that. But yeah, that one's going to be the big one for me. And yeah, I'm excited for them all. This wave, just expecting. I didn't really have a lot for expectations, just that I was going to be blown away. And, these are my two favorite factions. So it's just, yeah, it's not a question of what I'm going to get. It's just how many of them.
Yeah. The lower boots on this one are the same as the one boot on Atlas, yes?
I believe the one boot and then the first.
The first
barbarian that was shown,
Brodor,
is that the same?
Brodor.
Brodor.
Oh, the border. Okay, yeah. Okay. Right.
I think it's the same.
Brad.
Just couldn't keep calling it
Brad the Viking.
But they I mean, they do the best female faces as head sculpts.
Yeah, they
You
do.
know,
Yeah, it's always
they're
good.
incredible at it.
It's beautiful. She's stunning.
Didn't you? There was a bunch of people calling this, but I seem to remember one of you guys calling this in your predictions.
I think
Yeah,
we all
like-
sort of
yeah,
thought they'd do,
yeah.
Definitely.
I think everybody kind of expected to come after Vorga.
Yeah.
But it.
If anyone's a fan of anyone watches Barbarians, it's like a German show.
Okay.
Germany. And then, of course, the Vikings shows. the strong, powerful Viking,
Yeah.
beautiful women.
Mhm.
Yeah, she fits right in. I've wanted one, and they crushed it with her.
But I think I was talking to Eric Miller, and I kind of like the idea. It's not like she has armor and she looks tough and she looks like she doesn't look like kind of Red Sonja in a ripped half bra.
She's not a city barbarian, you know?
Yeah, a city barbarian, exactly. No, it's like, yes, more of that.
I've been waiting for John to say that.
City barbarian.
Yeah, I have to play to the crowd sometimes.
That's right. You were talking about that. I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. So I like that. I like the fact that she's got that more, tough exterior, and she's wearing what she'd probably be wearing there. Although it's got to be cold.
Yeah.
All these guys got to be cold, man. It's cold up there.
It's pretty cold, yeah.
I guess
that's when they cut open that bear and they crawl inside.
We should look at the dwarf. Yeah.
I have a hard time between, because I like dwarves, but I haven't really, there hasn't been anything to kind of really grab onto in terms of dwarves, you know what I mean? Because that haven't been older dwarves. I mean, we've gotten Legion builders, which they're fine, but there's no faces to them and stuff. So when I got these, I was like, wow, these are fantastic.
So many parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this has got a slight edge because of just the newness of it to Neve or Nave. But I really liked her a lot. And the bear. I mean, yeah.
Didn't they say there's more new sculpting in this than Advent of Decay?
I believe so. Yeah.
And
probably.
That was a Kickstarter.
And that was
40 figures.
43 figures or something like that. Oh shit, I'm giving them more answers.
Are you dwarf?
I love the dwarves, yeah, and this might be my second favorite of the reveals. I love this so much. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings Hobbit fan, so yeah, dwarves anytime.
Does this count as
I'm into it.
Yeah,
I changed my answer. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, the figures are great, but let's face it, what a ridiculous name. Anton of the Forge. Who calls a dwarf that? I'll see you downstairs later, Anthony.
Anthony, are you there?
Oh, there's somebody at the door.
So we got 23 people in here. That's cool.
Yeah, I dropped it in the cabal now, so hopefully
Nice. Steph says, yes, Jovi did a beautiful job painting the weapons and the unicorn. Absolutely. Something else. Nobody's been talking. We haven't been talking about that.
What
yet,
about the energy from Joe every time he came out with a?
Oh, he's got a lot of energy, man.
Yeah, but it
That
was
dude's got
really
energy.
natural. It wasn't this kind of fake energy.
No.
It was
No.
awesome.
Yeah, and he's been working his butt off too for
Yeah.
his own stuff, in between. Because he asked me the other day, is how much touch up do we need to do for the stuff that I had? And it always gets dinged and banged around, and I was like,
Yeah.
There's some. He's like, okay, because I got to go home. I got to finish up my stuff, and then I'll come back tomorrow and touch it up. And I'm like, oh my god. We got Kevin Dufresne. Y'all buy many so they can bring us more. Absolutely. The dwarves are amazing too. That was from. I can't read that. It's in Russian. I used to be able to read Russian. I can't anymore. Besides the obvious, Atlas and Bovar, my favorites at first glance are Brodard, Nieve, and Dispatar. Dis came out of nowhere. Yeah, absolutely. That was a weird.
What do we think of the mismatched boots on Atlas? Is that
It's kind
Yeah,
of cool.
it's
Yeah,
kinda
I like
new,
it,
but
man.
Barbarian feel.
It fits the because he was mismatched on the first release, so it fits the character.
Yep.
It's just, I guess, the difference between maybe the arms, we're more used to it now. And I suppose back then people were maybe going, oh, that's a bit strange. But now the mismatched boots, people need to some people mightn't like it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I like it.
Oh, yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah.
I think it goes to the whole, kind of ragtag put together, living in the, the wastelands of Bjorngar's look to them. I like it. It's different than everything else.
It gives you a suggestion of the land and what they're living in, and
Absolutely.
One thing I noticed on that figure was that maybe I'm mistaken, but I think there was maybe a lion detail to one of his on his leg, or maybe I wasn't seeing that correctly.
People ask me, it's like, hey, does this thing fit, or is that the same part as this? And I'm like, I don't
There
know.
was a bear on the upper body.
Yeah, there's a bear right here on the pauldron.
Shin. Is that a lion or a bear? I thought it was a lion, but a bear probably would make more
You know what?
sense.
Yeah, let's go into the. Hang on.
The turnarounds.
I
Yeah.
thought maybe that could be a remnant from his.
Nope,
his
that's the one we want.
Ulysses days.
It may be.
Almost does look like a lion.
Yeah, you know what, man?
It is a lion.
I think it is a lion.
Ooh, good
Good
spot.
catch, man.
Good
Yeah.
spot.
Great catch.
And it's cool.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
Then he's got the bear on his pauldron or
Yep.
something like that, right?
Yep.
Thought that was neat.
Yeah, it's super
Interesting.
And what do we think about the
Cool.
fact
Yeah, I'm
he's
excited to see the new articulation, the new muscular sculpts with the veins but they're a little bit more articulated too between this and the first Viking.
what do we think about the fact? And I know I'm very excited about the fact he's got a bare arm as well. The bare.
Oh
lower
yeah,
arm,
bare,
that's-
bare
Yeah,
lower arm.
Their
Yeah.
forearm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Party.
Yeah.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
As in naked.
But
As in naked man.
Only
lead.
one. So,
Yeah. So they'll have to do. I'm sure they'll sculpt both of them at the same time.
I think wait a minute. Doesn't the Viking have?
Viking has 2 bare arms.
Oh,
Yes.
does he? Okay,
Yeah, because
I
he's got
missed
2
that.
different gauntlets.
that makes
and
him
they
even
both
better.
Come off, so
Oh, I didn't register that.
yeah. So that both of these gauntlets come off, and
Oh,
he's got
so they're
bare
not the
arms.
VAR grip straps. They're something else.
Correct. They're not
Ah,
wow.
they're not forearms. They're just. I think they just go on. I think they slip over. I think that's what that is. Am I telling tales out of school here? I may be telling.
They said that those were the same bands that were re-released, right?
Yes, they did actually say, didn't they? Because people have been asking, wanting more of the VAR straps, I think.
Yeah,
The color and texture of that skirt piece he's got looks really cool.
it's a great color scheme.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Minotaur.
Oh yeah.
Everybody expected this because it was on the drawing. They were talking about that Nate did a long time ago.
But like,
Uh,
could have been expecting it. Well, I suppose there hasn't been a Noble Bear wave, but we seen it back at the Bjorngar wave.
Yeah.
And that's a good. Completely.
Yeah, I guess he what did he say that the sculpt had been done? Eric said that the sculpt has been done forever, probably since Siege and Bjorngar.
Yeah.
And it's just been sitting around, waiting for the right time.
Did I hear that someone asked if those horns were removable?
They are,
Okay,
yeah. And he said that they were the same horns that came with the Noble Barch set.
Oh.
Are those aren't the ones on the shield?
One's on the shield. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Are they?
I think.
Oh, okay.
No, because
No.
those are straight. Those
Yeah,
are just
those-
curved.
Those have a weird.
These have a weird.
Yeah,
like,
no, they
turn
are-
to
they
them,
are-
so
They're more just single
Yeah.
curve.
Maybe those could go in there.
yeah. It's a weird opening unless they change the opening. It's kind of an oblong. It's not like round as
Oh,
far as
yeah.
I remember because one of them fell off. No, for the
For the
horns.
horns in the head, okay.
yeah.
Also, maybe
Um,
it's not.
I don't know.
It probably shouldn't be articulated anyway because then it would look weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Are
I don't
those
think you'd want them to move.
the skulls that hang down?
Yes.
This waist piece there.
Yep.
One of them looks like it's from the skull pack that we're getting with Mezco, right? Is the other one brand new? That
But
almost
they're
looks like a goat head?
they're smaller
Are they
though.
small?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're very
I
small.
couldn't tell because if he's an ogre scale, would they be?
But I think they're the same sculpt. I think they just shrunk them down.
because they said on the recording, didn't they, that it was from the,
Yes, this
the
is right here. This-
Belulith. I can never pronounce that.
This is
The
this is the
Beluolith,
head. This
yeah,
might be the
yeah,
same head
so.
size as the Beluolith.
I missed that. Because that makes sense.
Oh, actually, this is two. Yeah, these are the two heads from the blue. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's a smart reuse.
Yeah. I thought those were one of the heads that we were getting in the heads pack, but that's right. Yeah. Yep. The Chimera heads. Yeah. Good call.
Yeah, just to get that
call.
kind of weapons pack again in a different color scheme with
Yeah.
the figure. That's brilliant.
So the weapons
And
pack
the
is
weapons.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been calling for a new batch of weapons, Rich. Is that ticking enough boxes for you, or
The weapons look amazing.
Yeah.
It's like the Gladius type blade there as well. Is
Yeah.
an awesome. And I love the dwarf shield and
yeah,
the different angles involved in it rather than just the round shield or
Yeah.
the
That's
kites.
nice.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I love what Joe's explaining too when he's painting these. How he says, "I'm looking back to, I'm considering the figures that we can use them with that already been produced. I'm considering this new wave, and I'm also looking ahead to stuff that I know that's coming." And all three of those things went into how he painted these. That's amazing.
Yeah, I really like that dwarf shield. I never really loved that big faced dwarf shield that came with the Legion builders and stuff like back in the day. That big copper thing, with the face on it. It looked cool, but it was almost felt too big for the for the dwarves themselves. So I really like the fact that this is a little bit smaller and a little more manageable. And
all the weapons really, like they're just a little more going towards realism. With
Oh.
a lot of these. And they kind of started last year with
Yep.
a lot of the knights' weapons and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, I love that short sword.
I still don't know what the little Ouroboros snake thing is that I didn't ask him, so I don't know if that's just decorative or if that's supposed to be some sort of boomerang.
I think
or
it was hanging off the waist of one of the dwarves or something.
that's where it
Oh,
was
you
supposed to
pushed
hang.
it.
I just asked him
There
where it
we go.
was, but I didn't ask him what it was.
Armband, doesn't it? But too
It
big,
could
I'm
be.
guessing, for that.
Yeah, they had it in like, describe, where it was supposed to go was like in their, in one of the loops on their belt. So, if it went in an arm, I would have thought it would have been on the arm. So I'm not really sure what that is. I don't really know what that little disc is supposed to be. And I know the other one is kind of like a things
The
that they
disc
would,
belt, I believe it comes with her too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. She has the same thing.
That semicircle, that's called an oath ring. So like basically if you're claiming pledging fealty or maybe what have you, it's
Okay.
something that it's like you'd give it to somebody as a kind of like, hey, this is my word.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Cool.
Did you just Wikipedia that?
No, but I did have to double check to make sure I wasn't talking out of my ass. So, but I think that's something that Diego had brought to the,
Okay.
to the table.
One thing about these weapons is I feel like they're more painted than
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
normal weapons packs. So
Mhm.
it just seems like to be a lot more detail.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah.
Fortress Madamus says, I'm not going to lie, I was hoping the ogre would be a frost giant. Yeah, people were calling out like a frost giant or some sort of like Yeti or something like that, which would, I mean, it's not over, you know what I mean? So we could get some stuff like that, but I think they had to get that Minotaur out because it's been forever on the packaging, and I think people were just like, where's the
Yeah.
Minotaur? Yeah, bare arms, that's right.
Just talking about sort of the trinkets and things, this wave seems to have a lot more of those little accessories and trinkets and things than any of the other waves we've had before.
Totally,
I think
yeah.
it's quite cool. It adds a little bit of something extra to the figures.
You're right, Joe. Why isn't anybody talking about Cinderhorn? Because Cinderhorn is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked about her.
She's stunning.
I just want to say on our prediction show as well, I call the
That's
assassin.
right.
So
Yeah.
don't get much right, but I got that one right.
Well, to be
Take-
fair, you
take the
predicted
W's where
about
you can.
75 different characters. So yeah, it's fair that you got one of
like
them.
that is it, Nate? Right, okay.
I mean, I went fairly.
Well, you got a spreadsheet now, so
I was fairly plain vanilla because I hadn't done prep for that part of it. So I just said Scapular 2.0 and Atlas 2.0. So I hit there. It wasn't too hard.
You got to take the W's where you can, though, Rich. Like that's you got it. You got it. I'm gonna bring that up full screen. We don't need to see us sitting on the beds. Yeah, this is a cool character. This is the one that I was telling people yesterday. It fell over like 7 or 8 times on her face while I was
Oh,
doing this. And I
man.
was just stomping up and down mad at one point. But very cool character. I think I didn't have a chance to like really absorb it because I didn't really have time. But the cape is insane, man. The cape is like a moon Knight cape. It keeps going. It's all pleated behind there. It's still kind of, there's a lot of pleats back there, so it is big. It's gonna like really drape out.
Kind of got that.
Speaking of that,
thing
Yeah,
going on.
that kind of Batman like big time.
how
it's gonna
great
be
is
cool.
it to finally meet CJ and Keith Lynn in person?
Oh yeah,
That's awesome.
that was incredible. Yeah.
One thing I'll say about this, it was a wish I've had that they would do more of that they didn't do here. And like, how Zende has the hood, the hooded cape,
Yep.
all cloth.
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Mhm.
more of that. And this
Yeah.
has the plastic hood.
Yeah.
That it still looks great, and I do love the hooded heads, but I would like to see more of that because it's just more versatile.
I'm with you there. I think I'm wondering like if it isn't just because they gave you the 2 other heads.
Although
If
fact
the
that
hood
maybe
wouldn't,
those-
I mean, the hood wouldn't go over the long-haired sculpt, and
That's true.
it would go over the sort of reused Ziri sculpt there, but not the elf sculpt.
But I like the cloak that we got with Ziri Inspire that has the soft good cloak, and it's got a bend, so you can maneuver that around different.
And that's the Ziri sculpt as well, with kind of like that was built right inside the hood.
The Dubon hood.
Yeah. Isn't that the Ziri sculpt base? Isn't it the base of the Ziri sculpt?
Oh, maybe, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Which if you took that hair off, that very severe haircut that she's got without the hood, without the hair up and the hood, it would look a little too much like Ziri, I think.
Trevor, is that the same hood that's on Dubon? And
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the same one. I gotta say the match though for the material. I mean, I'm sure they matched the paint to the material, whatever they got from CJ. It was pretty good.
That's gotta be
smaller than Zende.
No, the hood has to be smaller than the Dubon hood.
Oh, you know what? That's probably the
2.0 hood that comes with the Shadow Elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what's her face? Faustia.
Faustia,
right?
yeah.
Faustia. Yeah.
Look at all those hands.
That may be Faustia. Actually, that's probably the Faustia sculpt with the mask on. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah. Yep.
And that mask is sculpted in, yeah?
It is sculpted in, yeah.
Those are all great parts. There's so many good 2.0 parts on this thing.
Is there purple soft good? I wonder how close it is to Swigs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to Swig, yeah, probably. It's probably gonna work for some vampires too. It's a good.
I can see like the malignancy guys, the goblin guys. They're going to use these arms and upper legs to do a lot of goblin.
Pleased with getting different 2.0 boots as well. I think we've had those same ones for so long, and we needed something different to do a few different things with.
Totally, yeah,
basically.
So who haven't we talked
And let's
about?
face it, the Four Horsemen are not stupid. They're just going to, they're like, oh yeah, we've done some new cloth arms and legs. People are going to buy 20 of this figure so they can swap them out onto the other 2.0s they've got and that sort of stuff. So while cool, it's also very, very savvy as well.
Okay, we haven't talked about this guy either.
Oh yeah.
It's just another stunning character, and the face sculpt on this.
You're
too, I love the unhelmeted version of it.
Mhm.
It's just so wicked and evil looking.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because the initial thing Jeremy told me was that the unhelmeted sculpt was the prime version of it, and that's the one I should shoot for the turns and for the the environment shot. And then quickly he said, "Oh no, I was wrong. This is the prime sculpt," and it's cool. My one thought is that there should be a few less rows on this little like chainmail part on the side, just because it's a little in its current form. Maybe it's just because it's prototype and it's resin. It's a little tough to turn with those pauldrons. Those pauldrons are high. Somebody wants to get in.
I think you're in trouble.
I'm not here if that's how seal.
I think you're in trouble, Rich. I think Richard Jones might be in trouble.
Oh shit! It's Anthony House Seal. Oh, okay. Anyone listening? It's been nice knowing you.
We got problems.
Say hi to our viewers.
Come on.
Hey viewers, how are we? What am I looking? Oh,
Right
are
there.
you live?
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
We're live.
So don't say anything stupid.
Oh, I can't make no promises.
Hey, Mark, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
So what was your favorite of the day, Anthony?
I tend to believe that dwarf set was.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
was
the Minotaur.
best thing that was. Yeah, man. Yeah, I believe so.
Who was the guy that looks very like you with the childlike eyes sitting up there?
Chris. Oh, me. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a few
It's
pictures.
the two of you just kind of like.
I didn't know what to say, and someone told me that
That was good for them. They keep pulling a guy up and he doesn't know what to say.
Yeah.
I was not expect. I mean, I was expecting a dwarf,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah,
wasn't
come on.
expecting the way it was going
The
to
ultimate dwarf pack.
go down the way that it went down.
And
It was.
can I just interrupt to say what an amazing name that dwarf's got as well?
All right, mate. Good now. We're friendly. now that the wave has been announced.
Look
There was no stinker in it at all.
Kevin Dufresne giveth and he taketh away. Kevin's like, Anthony, he was talking shit about Anton of the Forge.
You're getting ratted out
Thank
there.
you, Kevin. Yeah, thanks for that.
You son of a bitch. That's it.
Them out and they look out for each other. So.
That's it. We're done.
You
Back to where we were before.
you threatened me with a sword earlier, Anthony.
I did. I did. The second I grabbed the Aether Blade, I looked directly at you and I said, "Hey."
And then I tapped Rich on the shoulder to say, "You come for lunch," and he kind of shuddered and thought it was like a voodoo thing.
Anthony was your name, Kevin's name,
And Chris.
Chris's name, and what was the Dragar?
Well, the dragon is a reference to Kevin Dufresne's last name because Kevin had started a project of like a clan of dwarves called the Wormsbane. But I think there were some IP copyright issues where we couldn't use that, so they went with the Dragon's Bane and works perfect with Kevin's last name. So
there you go.
Yeah, I mean the parts, all the different, the swappability, and one thing I didn't realize until Joe had told me, that's got the neck that pivots up and down too. So we'll be able to, add more mobility and articulation with it.
But so let me clarify.
Awesome.
Kavan Dragonbane is Kevin.
It's Kevin.
But
yes.
who is the Dagna Stormforger?
I think that's just because there was 3 dudes and they had to have a name for a woman.
Oh, I didn't know if that was...
And probably because of Ragna's maybe older, more, beefier sister.
Gotcha.
Would be my guess.
Insight on that.
Yeah.
We missed somebody.
No, I mean, I don't know of. There's not really a queen under the mountain that really assists in pushing the.
In a cave.
But with all the different helmet and the different heads, the shield, the weapons, I was blown away when I found out that the scabbard is actually chained to the belt.
Yep.
Like it just has that Mezco. They're really just telling Mezco, "Hey man, hold our beer. We're going to show you how it's really done."
Yeah, Scapularis is like that. I
Yeah.
think Bjorndar has one too. A bunch of them had those little chains. That it's a simple look, but it's really cool.
Piece with the throwing knives, the daggers.
Yep.
That totally thought of.
Yeah, you can totally kit out scapulary. You don't need to have a little bin to put the stuff you can't hang off.
And if you didn't, I don't know if you could see it in there, but the strap, like his, and I think maybe, what's his name? Atlas. The strap is kind of has an opening. It has a kind of like a diamond shape in the back, so that you can put the pauldron through it, as opposed to having to put it to one side or the other of the thing. You know what I mean? So it goes right through there. Yeah, which is really nice. So any of the guys that got the over the shoulder stuff,
They really solved all the problems.
they really did.
Yeah.
This head sculpt is great, man. I love this female head sculpt.
It's gorgeous. And no beard on the lady. So what does that tell you? That in 4-H canon, our women are beardless.
Right.
So
I like that. I don't.
yeah. It's not.
I don't need that.
prefer my women beard.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably
Makes
weird,
more
but-
sense in
Generally.
literature, like it's fine to write that in literature, but then once you're trying to portray it,
Yeah.
Then it becomes circus.
And
freak
even
show,
in-
but we don't want that.
Even
Yeah.
in Tolkien, I thought that was like a passing thing. In like, I'm not even sure if it was in any of the Lord of the Rings books. It might have just been in the Silmarillion. Is it?
it's somewhere in there. I remember.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
you
Yeah.
know, like-
Kevin
Gimli does say it or
Kevin will
something.
answer.
Yeah, Gimli probably. I think Gimli does mention it. I know he does in the movie, but I didn't think that was from the book actually.
But also more dwarf appropriate weapons, not just
Yeah.
kind of
No, I mean,
light weapons that are repurposed.
And I mean, it's great that the weapons have been so universally used amongst everything, but to actually go and say, "Hey, we're giving you stuff that is specific for the dwarf," the shape of the shield, the way that the sword looks, the hammer, that rounded hammer is beautiful, and the fact that it's modular and we can pop and swap them just pieces off just means that for third party guys, the ideas that we can get to come up with to be able to, because the worst part of the 3D printed weapons are that the handles. You worry that they snap or whatever, but that being the ABS, just makes it so much better.
The horn, is that hollow at all?
It's
is
hollow. It's got
to the
an
top.
opening at the top.
Yeah.
I feel like somebody needs to make like a little
liquid. Liquid insert.
So
Yeah.
what was funny is that Chris and
Spilling
I, while we
over.
were sitting there, it was like we looked at each other and didn't even have to finish the sentence, and we knew right away that this is we're gonna put a Suds top in it or whatever, and
that looks so cool.
yeah, and actually, I had to take a better look at the female dwarf, but with the chest plug modularity to it, if you wanted to not make it a female dwarf and wanted to add another male character to it, you could put in a different chest plate. I have to look and see if that lines up. But you might be able to the extra part.
Yeah, but it is just dwarf builder kit as well.
Yeah,
well as anything else.
Very cool.
And you get a couple of helmets.
And the price point on that. I mean, that's I still can't believe
75 for the pack.
for all of that.
Unbelievable.
All the different different accessories.
Even just rounded up to 8.
I mean, that cloak that comes with it, I can't wait to see how that all gets put together.
Yeah.
And then you add in the exclusive head if you buy the all in.
Just gonna say, I love how they handled Justin's tribute.
This is
was I thought it was so smart to do that. It's the way they did it.
So what I like about it is that it's that Motu Classic 2000 He-Man vibe, where like if you bought this figure, you got this. You bought this figure, you got this sword. You bought this, and you got parts and pieces that you could then make your own.
Mm-hmm.
This allows us to make adjusted in a way that we would like to see it done.
Yeah, right. And it keeps it special for the one that's made that special. The one we the taste of it, a flavor, and
yeah, I actually am glad that's how they kept it that way. They kept that one figure all by itself, and it makes its own unique, legendary lore figure. And now, if we want to do it, we can. Now, what I would love to see is what the retailer alternate hair colors.
Yeah. But I love the first thing I noticed on this, the new one with the set, was those big bushy eyebrows that we saw in the Justin tribute.
Yeah.
And I go, is that going to be what's going to replace the Justin thing? And then they surprised us at that end. Nope, we're getting that head.
That's how we're getting it, making it. So for $550, all those figures ahead.
Incredible.
I mean, I already know.
I thought 6+.
Yeah, I already know where my first round of sales is going. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna literally be in there going, okay, cool, purchase my first, set. So such a great week. I didn't find anything I was disappointed with.
And how fun was it that Joe came out and put that troll down first?
Yeah.
Yeah, to give us some scale on that bear on its hind leg. Holy
yeah.
That thing is a beast.
I'm standing there right away when I saw that bear standing on its hind legs, and he had like the different parts to be able to swap that. And I looked at Pete McCartney, and it was like Pete McCarthy, and I said, third party guys are going to turn that into an owlbear right away, because just swap out that head, do an owlbear one, and like where the talons are, where the claws are, be able to just put the feathers and be able to go right into that right away.
And we can see black bears now. People are going to make polar bears. Yeah,
I think you'll see a polar bear almost immediately.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit different snout, I think, probably, but someone will make it. If not, just a straight paint of this would still look amazing.
Yeah, and I think people are going to be repainting it for sure.
We're going to get a Winnie the Pooh tribute, aren't we? Definitely.
Oh, look at him!
Yeah, there's gonna be some noble Pooh bears.
Snug little stuff with fluff.
Oh boy, it'll come with a honey pot and everything.
And Piglet.
Let's see, before we go down and set up, let's see if we have any more comments. Kevin said, why would you change her from a female dwarf? She's beautiful. I guess that's the point.
I'm just saying, if you want an army build, depending on what you want to do, we have a lot of available ready available parts. That was something.
Mouse down, mouse down.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if you wanted to, the options are there, and that's what's great about this line is the options for modularity. If you have something that you want to change, they've given so many different systems that we could utilize that you can change it and do whatever you need to. I mean, we've been cannibalizing other parts to make dwarf stuff for so long that we're going to be able to cannibalize dwarf parts to make other stuff now, because we finally gotten a nice string of new tooling.
Yep. I think it's enough dwarf stuff now. I think we're
good. You're the dwarf.
Coming from the goblin guy, we don't need to hear
You're in the
that.
dwarf is almost over.
Yeah, well, that's okay because next year's Year of the Dwarf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have a whole decade of it.
Decade of the dwarf.
So,
See, that fits better. That's
Yeah.
nice and
yeah.
got the alliteration going on there. That's good. That's good.
Well, the Year of the Dwarf caught on before I started with the Decade of the Dwarf, so we'll just next year's Year of the Dwarf is going into the Decade of the Dwarf.
Yeah, you have to give people smaller things to hang on to, you know.
Let's talk about this bad boy for a second.
Oh yeah.
So this is a surprise. I mean, like Jeremy was saying, everybody was saying skeleton horse for scapular being a skeleton, but playing into the story that some of the stories that he've read before about him being a little bit extravagant. This was perfect, man. When I first opened this up, I was like, this is wild. I'm not sure about this, but I mean, it fits and it's pretty cool. And it's a unicorn. So
it's a unicorn. When my first instinct, I don't know why, it was salamander. Thinking he'd ride into battle like on a salamander, some sort of big creature. But knowing that we were going to get a noble bear or a bear that it makes sense, to do the unicorn.
Yeah.
I also am hoping at some point stuff that we get sleeping here.
I was just going to say, I saw this before it came up because you were up doing our bit. Jeremy was posting to Instagram. And he had his phone in front of me, and I was like, that's a black unicorn. Oh, there's a bear. So I sit down and go, I can't tell anybody this. Right?
I'm going to ruin it all.
First, we got a freaking moose. Now we got a freaking bear.
Yeah. And a unicorn. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do any kind of like peg hole built into the body for like a Pegasus at some point. And that's gonna have to be, if they decide to do that, it's gonna have to be a unique body, which is fine. But
about taking is that a horn?
I don't believe it comes off. I mean, it was glued onto the one that I had, but that doesn't mean. But I mean, if they did that, you'd have to have an opening and you have to fill it with something to make. I think that's why they gave you the horse head. Yeah. Because the main part does come on without regular horse hair and the tail.
I like that they're doing that now. The back horse is it deacon or bishop? The guy horses. Like they just put Ballius under there. Right. Like, and so it's like just doing that. They're making sure that you get your basic horse along with the named horse too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
We've gotten 2 black horses with the
headless horseman.
The headless horseman, but they're the green eyes.
You have to go and pay.
So this is all black horse.
Something to take in consideration too. This is going to be someone's first horse.
Yep.
So giving that the ability to make it other things is nice. So I mean, there are a lot of people that the headless horseman, that was their first horse, or Ballius, but there's going to be a guy that's going to buy his first ever horse, and that's what it's going to be. And the fact that you can give the different options for people.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of stuck with the opulent tack, but I'm sure you can find some stuff. Or again, you can get the Ballius. You can get what's his name? See, we should know this. Deacon with Ballius underneath. Yeah. You can still get a hold of those, so you could still. It would be interesting if they had given you that tack, but I think that would have gotten a little more expensive than what they could do for a regular horse. So.
I was just saying
tack pack.
Yeah.
Well, Boss Fight does that for they have a bunch of tack packs. That would not be a bad idea, actually.
And the armored one and
that's something I can see in next year for an all-star. Like they did with Necronominus. Add some stuff to this and give you a tack pack for maybe something with an Eastern accent or something like that. You know what I mean? Like with a blanket or something over the back would be kind of cool. And then a regular one.
Rich mentioned this one before, but this was the one we got to reveal. And
this is wild.
This is my favorite figure of the line.
You couldn't really see from the figure was on stand. The scorpion tail, which is amazing,
but in a different way than
explain.
But also you can do it as a troop builder as well with the different heads and everything. So you can have a group of them going after Grisha. And
look at all those looks.
Supporters.
And that head is definitely going to be somewhere in Cosmic at some point.
Yeah.
Which will be interesting. I don't know how they're going to they have to this point. Have they done anything that's crossed over in terms of? I mean, aside from a human or humanoid head.
Mhm.
There's really nothing that's crossed over in terms of aliens, right?
No.
Ziri, but the humanoid head, that's a humanoid head. So that I can't imagine they're not going to use this in Cosmic.
But didn't they
somehow.
do the
feet as well.
operative 83 and the vampire head?
Yeah, but again, humanoid. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm saying, like
suppose.
very alien like. It's going to be interesting because this is now a race in Mythos, and
Yeah.
if it's a similar looking race in Cosmic, what does that mean?
Totally, yeah.
You know, let the
Were you guys,
conspiracy
were
theories
you guys
flow.
surprised that they said that this is it? Like last year, Necronomicus and carried on through the year. Were you surprised that they said Rising Sun, this is it? We're not going to see more throughout All Stars or things like that.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
There's not.
They did say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Well, that goes
thinking
that theory.
one or the other. Like originally before the reveals, I was thinking, okay, if we don't see Atlas 2 or something, then that would be a hint that they're going to do that in some
Yeah.
kind of follow-up thing. But it makes sense having seen both Atlas and Scapular here that it's kind of completed. Like it feels like it's.
I know
It's filled out.
Yeah.
Both of those factions are filled out a little bit.
I know a lot
Yeah.
of people were hoping for like a second, like a Thord, a new version of it.
Right.
So thinking like maybe that could show up in an extension into All Stars. And I know a lot of people talked about Otho changing factions to
Yeah.
Noble Bear to be a part of that.
That's not happening. That's not happening.
I'm determined.
He's
That's
loyal.
happening.
It's not happening.
But would you, Thor, yeah, cool character, but you've got the ultimate dwarf set now. Do you want more new dwarfs based on that base?
Who are you
or do
asking?
or do you want
I
to
can
you
answer that
asking?
question. Does a noble bear shit in the woods?
Exactly.
No, or do you want a different dwarf with more of those new parts? That's the thing.
Yes. The answer is yes.
No, you can only have one.
There's not enough goblins in the line. And he's over here with all these extra
I know.
dwarves this past year.
Goblins.
These people with agendas.
I know. Who do you think you are?
Speaking of agendas, we need to go and set up.
Yeah.
We do,
Jeez.
man. It's 6
So-
o'clock. So, all right. I guess we're wrapping up. That's our little overview.
Do you want to come here in the middle, boys, just to say goodbye
Come
to
on in.
everybody? We can remove this.
Who we got saying? Yeah. Okay. Cool, man.
in front
Well,
of Rich's bed.
thanks everybody for joining us. This is really weird.
It's like we're about to.
It's like the end of a comedy sketch comedy show or something.
Here,
Bye.
Everyone do that
just-
fake laugh like a damn
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys.
All right. See you guys.
Hopefully, I'll see
Good luck.
most of you at the con.
We
Some
should
of you.
we should end the stream. You don't want to watch us sleeping.
Thank you, Whippany. Good night.
Did I click that? No. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. That's so stupid. You got to hit it twice. Bye, guys.